Hey guys, welcome back to Recapcoin. Today, I will tell you about a new fantasy anime called The Black Summoner. The story begins with a young man named Kelvin, who has just been reincarnated into a new world. He died by mistake of a god, so he was allowed to choose the skills he would have in his new life. Kelvin wakes up with no idea where he is. A menu appears, welcoming him into the new world. He pushes the start button and hears a voice that begins to welcome him. It tells him that he has been reincarnated into a fantasy world and his memories have been wiped, a condition he had agreed to for more powerful skills. Kelvin is shocked why his past self would agree to have his memories erased. The status window opens, showing the skills he had chosen. He has a summoning skill that's S rank and an ability to get double the stats from leveling up. Seeing his skills, Kelvin gets excited to start his adventure. The voice tells him to head to the nearby town and register at the guild to be an adventurer. Along his way, Kelvin asks the menu if it will be joining him on his adventure. Remembering that he had his memories wiped, it reveals it is actually the goddess of reincarnation, Melfina, who he fell in love with and asked to be his servant. And she accepted his request as a way to take a vacation from her job. Kelvin is confused how he could love her without his memories. He asks if he can summon her, but she tells him he needs to become stronger and have more mana before he can. He arrives at the Adventurers Guild and registers as a basic mage, keeping his summoner skill a secret as Melfina explains summoners are so rare that kings would start wars to acquire him. He starts off in the lowest F rank and the clerk explains that you can only take missions up to 1 rank higher than your own and can move up a rank if you complete 10 missions in a row. He takes his first job to slay some blue slimes. He picks up a wooden rod, which helps to boost his magic ability, and heads to the fields. He comes across 3 slimes. Melfina tells him to try out his other S-rank skill, Appraising Eye. It allows him to see all of the slime's stats. At S-rank, he can see the stats of anyone up to 100 levels above him. Melfina tells him he can tame the slime if he can injure it first. Kelvin attacks using his rod instead of magic, so he doesn't kill it in one shot. To his surprise, the slimes are more challenging than expected, but eventually he is able to land a hit on it, weakening it enough for him to tame it. The taming is successful and he names it Clotho. He summons it and it seems to have gained a personality as it jumps up and down. Together with Clotho, they take on some more slimes. Kelvin uses his wind magic, taking out a slime in one hit, and Clotho runs circles around and crushes the other. Kelvin notices that Clotho is much stronger since becoming his summon. Melfina explains that his S-rank summoner skill gives his servants a bonus 100 to all stats. She also tells him he is the only S-rank summoner in this world, with others only at B or C rank. Kelvin returns to the town and looks for an inn to spend the night. Along the way, he sees an elf locked in a cage. He is disturbed to find slavery is common in this world but tries not to think about it. He gets a room at the inn and enjoys his first meal in the world. Kelvin starts grinding, leveling up and learning new skills. He learns the concealment skill, which allows him to hide his stats and summoner skill from others. Clotho was even able to evolve into a gigantic gluttonous slime. A week later, Kelvin is already promoted up to E rank. He is drawing attention to himself, completing his mission solo and getting promoted so quickly. A D-rank adventurer, Cashel, introduces himself. He has a reputation around the guild for crushing new adventurers. He proposes that Kelvin join his party on a D-rank hunt for a black ghost knight. With his appraisal skill, Kelvin sees that Cashel has a murderer title. Instead of joining him, he suggests they compete to see who can kill the monster first. Cashel leaves and joins up with his criminal party members, Gimel and Raj. They plot to murder Kelvin. At a ruined castle, Cashel and his party arrive. They're shocked to find that all the monsters are already dead. Kelvin appears and tells them that he has seen through their scheme and challenges them to a fight. He makes fun of Raj, who charges straight at him. He falls into a trap which Kelvin has hidden with his concealment skill. Raj gets stuck and begins to sink. Kelvin attacks with his wind magic and Gimel makes a run for it. However, Clotho blocks his exit and chases him back in. Clotho takes Gimel out with a single hit and binds Raj. Cashel charges at Kelvin but is also easily beaten up. They confess to hunting new players for experience and Kelvin ties them up to turn them in after. Kelvin continues his hunt. He comes across the monster and asks it to join his party. It turns out his name is Gerard and is surprisingly nice, like an old uncle, even giving Kelvin some candy. Gerard explains he was once a human knight but became a black ghost after he died. Before he can agree to join Kelvin, he must first see his strength. They have a duel and Gerard is able to block all of Clotho's attacks. Gerard slashes back at Kelvin, which he barely dodges. As Clotho continues to attack, Kelvin uses his air magic to bind Gerard's movements. Gerard remembers his purpose. He wants revenge on an elf named Gildora who destroyed the kingdom he served and led to the death of his wife and daughter. With this memory, Gerard breaks free from Kelvin's magic and charges at him. Kelvin binds him once again and Clotho fires a huge beam attack at Gerard. The next day, Kelvin supplies a piece of Gerard's armor as proof he completed the job. Everyone in the guild is amazed at his accomplishment. This, combined with catching Cashel, leads to Kelvin receiving a special promotion up to D rank. Gerard joins Clotho and Melfina as Kelvin's newest monster. And that's the end of this video.